Hey guys, Shubham Pujari here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. As of now, you may have heard a lot about Apple and their latest entry into the budget smartphone range. So, Apple recently launched its budget iPhone, that is iPhone SE 2020, by a press release. It cost $399 in the US, but in India they launched it a price tag of 42,500 rupees. It's pretty expensive, right? For a smartphone to be called budget in a really crowded and competitive market like India. So I thought of comparing it to its closest rival by Apple, that is the iPhone XR. I will be comparing both these iPhones on the basis of these 5 aspects: design, camera, performance, battery and price. So let's begin with the design. As of 2020, both the iPhones comes with an metal and glass sandwich design and feels premium as you would expect from a brand like Apple. While the SE comes with a 4.7-inch Retina HD display, as Apple likes to call it, it has a resolution of 1334 x 750 and has a pixel density of 326 ppi. The XR on the other hand comes with a 6.1-inch Liquid Retina HD display, classic Apple naming, and it has a resolution of 1792 x 828 and it has the same pixel density as the iPhone SE at 326 ppi. While both the phones have a peak brightness of 625 nits and none of them support 3D touch. Both the smartphones comes with an LCD display with 60Hz refresh rate. Now this might feel MS at this price point. Majority of the phones pack in AMOLED displays at this price point with fancy refresh rates. But it's okay, not everybody needs that. And the fact that Apple makes the best LCD display in the industry and it will be the most color accurate and the best quality LCD panel out there seems like not giving up a lot. Both the iPhones comes with an IP67 water and dust resistance rating, which means it can withstand some rain and an accidental fall into the pool. Now coming to the most controversial part regarding the design of the SE. The SE comes with almost the same design as that of the iPhone 8. At the front, it comes with the same design as that of the iPhone 6. With all those huge bezels at the top and the bottom, and it comes with an second gen Touch ID. As of 2020, it feels odd to see such big bezels on an iPhone, as nowadays even a 10,000 rupees phones comes with a better screen to body ratio. The side and the back remain almost identical to the iPhone 8 and every dimension remains the same. The only visible change that can be seen on the back is the Apple logo has moved down to the center of the back as to match the 11 series. Overall, it still has the popular Apple design. It's compact in size, but not compact by any means as compared to the original SE. But due to this compact design, many people are sticking to their old iPhones. On the other hand, the XR comes with a more modern design by Apple, a bezel-less screen with Face ID and has a better screen than the SE and has better resolution and more modern look. As design is a subjective thing, you may choose according to your taste. As of me, I would choose the XR. Let's get to the cameras now, or maybe see about how good a single camera is. As on the back, both the phones feature a single camera unit. 12 megapixel with f1.8 aperture, Smart HDR, OIS, portrait lighting for humans, portrait lighting effects and bokeh control. On the video front, both the iPhones support up to 4K at 60 frames per second and 4K at 30 frames per second with extended dynamic range and can shoot slow-mo at 1080p at 240 frames per second. On the front, both the phone pack in a 7 megapixel unit with f2.2 aperture. Both can shoot portrait modes with portrait lighting and depth control. They can record videos at 1080p at 30 frames per second. Both the phones cannot shoot 4K because there are not enough megapixels. While the hardware remains same for both the phones, the SE can take better photos than the XR because of the A13 Bionic chip. The videos from these phones are great and no other phone can beat them in videos at this price point. I'll link a video in the description for detailed camera comparison. Go and check that out to see how they fared against each other. Now let's get to the performance. The SE packs the latest SoC from Apple, that is the A13 Bionic chip. It is the same chip that is present on the much costlier 11 series. It is the best SoC in the market right now, period. On the other hand, the XR packs in the previous gen A12 Bionic chip. And by no means it does imply that it is slow or outdated or not worth, as it is still faster than the Android flagships out there and par with the A13 Bionic chip. It's just that the SE will feel more snappier than the 10R because it has to push less pixels than the 10R and due to low resolution display. And A13 has a better performance than A12, but it is not that much of a big leap. Both the phones can do day-to-day tasks at ease and can churn out heavy games effortlessly for all the gamers out there. Both the phones pack in 3GB of RAM. It may sound less as compared to the Android phones out there, but a phone running iOS, it's more than enough. Both the phones will easily last a user minimum of 4 years. The SE will get iOS updates for at least 5 years from now, and the 10R will get at least of 4 years, judging by the Apple iOS update history. Now let's get on to the next one. Let's compare the batteries. The SE comes with an 1821 mAh battery and the 10R packs an 2942 mAh battery. While both the iPhones are capable of fast charging at 18 watt, Apple doesn't bundle any fast chargers and you just get an 5 watt charger in the box. Additionally, both the smartphones support wireless charging at 7.5 watts. As of last year's iPhone lineup, 10R had the best battery life among 10s and 10s Max. So between the SE and 10R, it's obvious that the 10R will have the best battery life and will last you the whole day easily. You can expect SE to do well in battery because of A13 Bionic with better battery management, and it will definitely give you better battery life than the iPhone 8. But an extensive use of camera and heavy gaming would push its limit for a whole day's use at a brink. So here we come to the last bit, the price. Biggest talking point of these phones. In the US, the SE is launched at a price tag of $399 and 10R has been sold at a price of $599. So it's a big difference in the US. Let's now look into the Indian pricing. The iPhone SE is being launched at a price tag of 42,500 and 10R is priced at 52,500 rupees. Wondering why a $399 iPhone cost as much as 43,000 in India? Let me explain you with simple math. $399 into 74 equals to 29,526. Conversion approx $1 equals to 74 rupees. 29,526 plus 22% import duties tax equals to 36,021 rupees approx. 36,021 rupees into 18% GST equals to 42,505 rupees approx. Now you know why Indian pricing is so high than other countries. It's not that Apple sells products at a higher price in India, but it's our taxes that bump up the prices. So here's my take. If the old design doesn't bother you and battery life isn't your concern, and you just want a compact phone with great camera, great performance and software support for the next 5 years, then go for the SE. It's the best compact phone you can get at this price right now. And if you want a modern design iPhone with good battery life, good camera and great performance, then go for the 10R. Spend that extra bucks and you won't be disappointed. Also during the e-commerce sale, one can grab the 10R as low as 46,000, making it a steal deal at the price point. I hope this video will help you in finalizing your choice. If you liked what you saw, do like below. If not, we'll try again soon with better content. So do subscribe to the channel to see how more tech videos unfold. Also do comment down your questions and suggestions if any. So that's it for this video. Peace.